It happens. Our plans get disrupted sometimes, don't they? We plan, we have something set up, and then someone cancels, something happens, the weather messes it up, or something happens and we have plans and they get disrupted. So what do you do when that happens to you? I have 3 things that are so helpful when plans get disrupted. I'm reminded of that because it happened to me today. And so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Danielle Bernack from DanielleBernack.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you. And today I had plans that got disrupted. On Mondays, I interview someone for the Victorious Souls podcast. And the lady that I had all lined up to interview today, all the way from Australia, she got sick and she wasn't able, I can't interview her today. So my plans got disrupted. A lot of times when our plans get disrupted, our first reaction is to get upset. But I have a different reaction to start with. I got 3 things we can do when our plans get disrupted. The very first thing is to pause and breathe. Stop and just take a deep breath. Because what we wanted, we can't have, and the tendency is to have this humongous surge of emotion that could drive us to do things we might not be happy with later. So pause and take a nice deep breath. Okay, now I'm more in control of what happens next. The second thing to do is to evaluate. How do you feel about this? Are you angry? Are you upset? Are you disappointed? What are you feeling about this plan that got disrupted? And then the other thing to evaluate is there anything you can do about it? Is it something that is inside your control? Something that is outside your control? How is this affecting you? So now that you've taken a deep breath, now you're like, how do I feel about this? And can I do anything about this? For my particular situation today, I couldn't do anything to make it happen, but I was asked, can we reschedule? Of course we can reschedule. I'm not going to demand something from someone they're incapable of doing. So I evaluate, where am I at and what am I going to do? How do I feel? Of course, I'm disappointed. So I'm going to feel that disappointment. I was very excited about doing this interview. So hopefully I get to do it another time and she will be just fine. I'm praying for her. And if you want to, I encourage you to pray for her too. That she'll be just fine and we can do this later. So then it's like, where am I at? How am I feeling? Can I do anything about it? Not exactly. But then the third thing is to choose how I'm going to respond. So today I have an hour given back into my life that I was going to be doing this interview. Also, my preparation, I had an hour or 2 of preparation, so I have all this time given back into my life. What am I going to do? I'm going to reinvest that time in something else and be intentional with that time. This morning, I looked into different podcasts that I can be on because I'm interviewed on podcasts just like I interview people for my podcast. And also, one of them, I get to be interviewed on a podcast this afternoon at the exact same time I was going to be doing that interview. So I got to replace that exact time because I paused, I took a deep breath, evaluated how I felt, what could I do about that, and I can reinvest that time into something else. So when your plans get disrupted, 1, pause and take a deep breath. 2, evaluate. Can you do anything about it? How do you feel? Feel those feelings and deal with them. Own those feelings. Be disappointed for a minute. Be upset for a minute. Feel them and then process them and then redirect. Respond with intention with what you're going to do with this time. Or maybe you're going to reschedule. Maybe you were going to go out to lunch with someone and they can't do that today. So you reschedule that lunch for another day or whatever it is, but you respond with intention so that this disruption isn't a permanent thing. It doesn't bother you for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, or just leave something underlying inside of you that takes your joy away, because that's not any way to live. Because disruption happens to everyone. Plans get changed. The weather happens. People have things happen. People get sick. Change happens. An emergency takes place, or lots of things happen. That's just life. And so I wanted to help you to meet those disruptions in a proactive way, in a positive way, because I love you. And so till next time, I love you.